You're listening to Belle, Book and Candle with Mela Borowski. Thoughts from a Southern Witch.
Should have studied witchcraft. Should have learned to ride a broom. So me and my black cat could fly through the skies underneath the moon. Hey y'all, it's Mela Borowski. I'm so glad that y'all have joined me for another episode of Belle, Book and Candle. Our theme for this month is sleep, magic, and dreams, which is a topic that interests a lot of people that I come in contact with. In fact, sometimes all people want me to do is analyze their dreams. Sleep is a really beautiful thing, isn't it? As children, we fight it. As teens, we fight it. But when we become adults, I think that's when we actually realize just what a beautiful gift it is. If you've listened to episode 3 of this podcast, you heard a good bit of my life story. During those years of what I call pretty much being in the muck and mire, sleep was very difficult for me. I rarely slept, and if I did, it was not good sleep. So when I began going to my DBT therapist, one of the first things that she taught me was something she called reverie. Before I learned reverie, when I couldn't sleep, I'd find something to do. Usually I got on my computer. But she told me that my body absolutely needed those hours of rest to heal and recover. And reverie was staying in the bed, very still, almost like a meditation, and refusing to turn on the light, to get up, to grab my computer, or anything of that nature. I just laid there. Sometimes during the reverie, I would end up falling asleep, but usually I would just lay there very still all night long. My therapist told me that laying in reverie was almost as healing as sleep. And at some point, I just began to sleep again. It took many, many months of practicing reverie, but it did happen. You having trouble sleeping? Why don't you try this? Sleep magic can be as simple as this spell from the book Everyday Magic by Dorothy Morrison. Simply make a cup of chamomile tea and chant over the cup as it steeps. Soothing flowers bring to me the sleep that I so sorely need. I learned by experience that our body, our mind, and even our spirit heals during sleep. Sleep is essential. And now, not everybody needs the same amount of sleep every night, but we do all need sleep. I also believe that we all dream. It's just that some people don't remember their dreams as well as others. I have read that everyone dreams about 2 hours every night during REM sleep. And this begins about 45 minutes into the sleep cycle. You'll start to dream, and then you'll move into lighter sleep, and then you'll go deeper again and start to dream. And your sleep cycle rises and falls like this through the night. And this does include babies and children, teens and adults. Even if we don't remember our dreams, that we are still dreaming. There's an article on verywellmind.com. It says that people can dream in color. They can dream in black and white, but the most frequently chosen colors when they're asked to point out dream colors are pastels. I thought that was really interesting. By the time a baby is about a year old, they dream about 5 hours a night. So the less sleep we need, the less we dream. It just makes sense. It's less time that we have to do that. So as adults, that's why we don't dream as much. But if you live to be 80 years old, I want you to think about this. You will have spent 10 years of your life dreaming. 10 years, a decade living in a dream world. Here's a dream spell from the Book of Crystal Spells by Ember. Can help you remember your dreams, grant a prophetic dream, or even get rid of nightmares. You'll need a chunk of celestite, the larger the better. Grant says this is the best stone for dream magic. Keep the stone under your bed or on your bedside table. Dedicate it to dream magic. Visualize the stone magnifying your dreams, helping you remember them, and helping you interpret them. Chant dreaming state, elusive thoughts, mysteries of night. Bring me knowledge, wonder, peace as I dream tonight. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. So let me explain. It's totally free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. And you can even make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It is everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. And Belle Book and Candle is so thankful to have this service. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. If you struggle with insomnia, here's what the book Scottish Witchcraft and Magick by Buckland has to say. Make a tea of cowslip leaves and let stand 5 minutes before drinking. In Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Crystal, Gem, and Metal Magic, we find that green jasper is said to promote restful sleep. Jet is also said to promote good sleep. You can wear it to bed, put a piece under your pillow, or hang it on your bed. You can also place lepidolite near your headboard to promote restful sleep with the added benefit of keeping nightmares away. One of my specialties outside of Belle Book and Candle is hypnotherapy. I use hypnosis to help my clients with a broad range of topics, including getting better, more restful sleep. I speak directly to their subconscious mind, which I believe is very powerful. Y'all, your subconscious mind is an incredible tool, and during your dreaming, it allows you to work out problems and anxieties and even just figure out ways to do things better. My mom has dreamed solutions to very mundane things in her life many times, such as how to better complete a building project. And I tell my clients all the time that our subconscious is like a computer. So if you think of your mind as a computer, then dreaming is like all the maintenance that happens with your computer files. Some files are stored away, some are saved to deal with that day, some might even be deleted, and it might even be time for a defrag of the system. Now, as a mystic, I also think that our dreams are capable of giving us messages. Messages from the supernatural world, including our spirit guides, our divine source, specific gods or goddesses, and even angels. We can visit our deceased loved ones in our dreams, and we're given prophetic information sometimes. I've experienced deja vu all my life, even as a child. I dream things that end up happening a lot, and most of the time it's very mundane things. It seems very inconsequential, yet as it begins, I know every step that's coming. Sometimes, though, it's really heavy. Years ago, one of the heaviest dreams I ever had was that my mother called me and told me that my biological father had died. He wasn't somebody that I had contact with, and if you heard my life story in episode 2, you may remember that he was a family member that ended up raping my mother, and that's how she got pregnant with me. Yet, out of the blue, I was told he died in this dream. So that was early in the week. About 3 days later or so, the dream began to play out in real life. My mother called. She told me that my biological father had died. It was like this freaky situation that he had died in. And I really freaked out about that. And my mom thought that since I was reacting so adversely, it was because he died. She didn't find out until much later that my reaction was not so much the grief that he died. I did not have a relationship with him. In fact, I had serious issues with him. But I came face to face really with an ability to see into the future, and it made me really scared to have any dreams. Any dream that I had after that was negative, I would be really anxious for days, if not weeks. And I began to think that maybe I had such negativity towards him all this time, that maybe because of that negativity, I had conjured up that dream. And there was a point that I even thought, did I even cause his death? His death happened so oddly. Did I have a part in that? It probably took me about a year or more to come to terms with all this and not be afraid of the dreams that I was having. I realized that what I had was actually a blessed gift, and that spiritual gifts are not always positive and light and love type things. Sometimes, I'm going to tell you, gifts are difficult, and sometimes our spiritual gifts may feel like a curse. I have met since then many people with spiritual gifts that feel like they're curses, but I digress. So let's get back to sleep magic and dreams. The Modern Witchcraft Grimoire by Skye Alexander tells of an herbal dream pillow you can make by sewing a small pillow and filling it with the herbs mugwort, lavender, a pinch of mint, and some flax seeds. I'll add that if you aren't someone that sews well, like me, you can always just stuff a sachet with it and tuck it under your pillow. This particular mix of herbs is said to not only help you sleep better, but to inspire more meaningful dreams. Now, lucid dreams occur when you're asleep, but you are still aware that you're dreaming. During lucid dreaming, you can even learn to direct or change your dreams. So if you're interested in sleep magic, getting yourself to the point where you can lucid dream is going to be very important. Now, the most common dreams from people all over the world are dreams about being chased, attacked, or falling. Feeling like you're frozen and you can't move, arriving late, flying, I've had that dream many times, and being naked in public. Have you ever had any of those dreams? Do you have a recurring dream that you'd like to share? Send me a message. The book Sweet Dreamer by Reid, which by the way is a children's book, but it is worth having if you're interested in dreams. It describes the different types of dreams that we may have. And I want to go through that. So the first type she calls almost dreams. These are your hypnagogic dreams that come when you are falling asleep. And they're just bits and pieces of colors and lights and pictures, that side of it. So they're really not these drawn out dreams. They're just bits and pieces of things. And then you have factual dreams. This is when you dream about actual things that happened. And in a sense, it's when your subconscious is doing the filing we talked about. So it's deciding, does it get stored away? Does it get chunked? It's probably the majority of dreams at night and why we don't remember most of them. And then you have wishful thinking dreams. This is when we dream of things we want to happen. So someone who may be struggling with money may dream about winning the lottery. Or if you go to bed hungry, you might dream of a big feast. That's a type of wishful thinking dream. And then you have insight dreams. These are your detective dreams in a sense. This is your intuition and your wisdom and ability to find clues that you have spotted through the day that will now help you in your dreams figure out something or something about somebody that when you're awake, it will help you. And then you have your problem-solving dreams, and it's much like an insight dream, but it helps you figure out a problem you're experiencing. My mom has these a lot, I mentioned before. So many inventors will tell you their ideas came to them in dreams. So, like I said, my mom, she has these problem-solving dreams. She'll go to bed trying to figure out how to make something work, and she'll wake up with the solution. You've got reminder dreams. Our subconscious is just an amazing thing. And these type of dreams help prompt your memory when there's something that you really need to remember. And then you've got your predictive dreams. So this is a glimpse into the future, like my dream about my biological father. Time-space is really an interesting thing. It's definitely not a straight line. It's quite a bit more wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey. So there's a lot of people that have even claimed that a predictive dream saved their life because they listened to a warning in the dream. One such man was Charles Middleton. He was booked on the Titanic so that he could go to Ohio for a new job as a vice president of the Akron-Canton Railway. He had dreams the week before where he saw passengers struggling in the water after the Titanic had capsized. And Mr. Middleton told the reporters that he had been booked on the Titanic so that he could immigrate, but he decided that he was not going to go to America at that time on the Titanic. And when he listened to his predictive dream, it ended up saving his life. And then the last type are anxiety dreams. So these are the more negative dreams, like being abandoned, shamed, embarrassed. At the worst, an anxiety dream can be a nightmare, which we will talk about in another episode. Here's a spider spell to bring happy dreams from the Spells Bible by Anne-Marie Gallagher. The spell is best cast on a Monday during the waxing moon. Cast your circle, light a tea light, and place water and poppy essential oil on the burner. Light a white candle and say, "Lady of the Moon, Grandmother Spider, weave your magic into my dreams." Now wrap a pyrite nugget with a spider's web and place this inside a white drawstring pouch. Fasten it halfway down a length of white ribbon. Hold the pouch in your hands and chant for at least 60 heartbeats. "Grandmother Spider, weave your threads, wrap all beauty in your web." Hang the pouch over your bedpost or above your bed, and every night touch the pouch before you go to bed and say, "Happy themes, enter my dreams." A lot of people really have trouble remembering their dreams. So here is the advice I give to you, because in order to find insight and to learn about prophetic dreams and things like that, you do have to remember at least a little bit of your dreams. You need to keep a dream journal, or at the very least, go through your dream in your mind before you get up. A dream journal might be as simple as a small piece of paper at night by your bed with a pen, and you just jot down the things that you remember. It doesn't have to be fancy, or it could be grabbing your phone and recording yourself telling about the dream, maybe sending yourself a message. It doesn't have to be a fancy dream journal. It's up to you. If you have a partner in your bed and you wake up in the morning, you can tell your partner your dream. This is a good way of making it kind of stick in your brain until you can write it all down. Even if all you remember is, "I was flying," or "I was at the lake and it was stormy," or "I saw a big eye," whatever it is, a theme, an idea, a symbol, colors, write it down. Symbols are the important element in interpreting your dreams. And while there are many, many standardized dream interpretations, I got a stack of books beside me all about the interpretations of dream symbols. It really is very unique to the person. So you have to take the standardized interpretation and overlay that onto whatever is going on in your life and things that are meaningful to you. So we're going to be talking about dream interpretation and imagery and symbols in another episode this month, as well as many other dream and sleep magic topics. So watch out for that. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Y'all be blessed. To overcome insomnia, from the Crone's Book of Magical Words. To catch and keep fleet-footed sleep, you must prepare a subtle snare. Lie as if dead upon your bed. stilling his fear, luring him near. Then say this charm to bind him firm: Morpheus, Sopor, Somnificus, Somnifer. If even so he would turn and go, repeat this spell until he is still. Tolixa, Elixat, Lixato, Ixatol, Zatoli, Atolix.
Thank y'all for listening to Belle Book and Candle. You can follow Mela on Facebook and Instagram at Belle Book Candle SC. That's Belle, Belle, or become a patron for as little as $1 a month and support the work of Belle Book and Candle at patreon.com/Belle Book Candle.